Today, boys and girls, we're going to open up our Bibles and talk about the heartwarming story of a Levite and his concubine. The Levite left his father-in-law's house with his concubine, a servant, and 2 donkeys. They were headed towards Jerusalem. That night they needed a place to stay, so they went to a foreign town called Gibeah. When they arrived, they found an old man who was happy to give them a place to stay for the night. There they stayed and enjoyed themselves. But then a mob came and started pounding on the door, and they said, "Bring out the man who came to your house, so we can have sex with him." The old man responded, "Please, don't do any disgraceful thing to this man. Take my virgin daughter and his concubine instead." Quick side note, if you were to combine this with Genesis chapter 19, where a mob attacked Lot's house to try to rape his guests, Lot's famous response being, "Take my virgin daughters instead." Apparently the easiest way to have virgins offered to you is to first threaten to rape the man's guests. Just pointing out there's an interesting pattern going on. So the mob was attacking them, possibly because ever since Israel had come out of Egypt, they had been on a bloody rampage killing every foreigner they came across. But we're not going to get into that right now. Thinking quickly, the man sent out his wife to let her get raped by the mob. So they had their way with her throughout the night, and at dawn they let her go. When she was released, she crawled back to the house and fell at the door. When her master got up after apparently sleeping in, he then got ready to leave to continue his quest to Jerusalem. When he opened the door, he saw his concubine lying there in front of him. The first thought that ran through his head was possibly, "Oh yeah, I let her get raped by a giant mob of men last night, didn't I? Silly me, I forgot all about that." So he looked at her and said in a loving voice, "Get up, let's go." When there was no answer, he took her and put her on his donkey and continued heading home. When he got home, he probably didn't know what to do. But, thinking quickly, again, he took a knife and cut his concubine up, limb by limb, into 12 pieces. And he then sent them into all areas of Israel. He wanted to show the other Israelites what had been done, so he could rally them against the Benjamites to slaughter them. And that is what the Israelites did for the next 2 chapters. They killed man, woman, and child until there were only 600 survivors. Now remember, boys and girls, the lesson to learn from this. If you are ever attacked by a mob, possibly because the mob is suspicious of you after you and your brethren have been slaughtering thousands of people for quite some time now, you should let them rape your spouse. And if they kill her, you should cut her up into 12 pieces and send her throughout your nation to rally your fellow countrymen against the nation of those who killed your wife. Because, of course, an entire civilization of people deserve to be slaughtered if a small group of men kill your wife. After you allow them to rape and kill your wife. After your tribe kills thousands. This has been another heartwarming story from the Bible. The end.